Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. What up, YouTube world? It's been a good minute since I posted my last video here on this channel, or on my other channel for that matter. At any rate, um, today I wanted to rap a little bit about what I call crazy bitch syndrome, or crazy bastard syndrome, I guess, I suppose. I mean, why not? I'm sure it's applicable. I mean, I wouldn't know because I don't have that proclivity. But at any rate, I don't wish to exclude a female who might be viewing this and say, what about the crazy guys? So there's that. Yeah. So we're going to talk about crazy bitch or crazy bastard syndrome, CBS. Uh, so this thought occurred to me. It's not the first time it's occurred to me, but it struck me again the other night when one of my roommates, I was privileged enough to hear some of the conversation that he was holding on speakerphone with his crazy bitch, who he subsequently just decided to just say, you know what, fuck this, cut the cord, and this is bullshit. Wish I was as strong a man as he was. So, but the thought occurred to me as I was hearing his crazy bitch talk. Oh my God, this bitch sounds exactly like my crazy bitch. And they're definitely not, they're not the same person, just to be clear on that. But they sound alike. And it's not the first time I've had that experience of one completely batshit crazy cluster B sounding like another. Um, and I mean that not only in the things they say, but in how they say them or even act. But not just the things they say, but how they say them. Um, in both of these instances, it was literally like, wait, am I talking to this other person? Am I hearing this other person? Like it's that frightening. Like it's that much alike. Not only in what they say, but in how they say it. Like their voices sound the same, is what I'm getting. Like it's that real. Like their voices sound the fucking same. Their cadence sounds the same. Um, I'm fumbling on the definition of cadence at the moment, so I'll just repeat everything else that probably goes into that definition. But their rhythm, their volume sounds the same. Everything sounds the fucking same. And so I started thinking, okay, well, like what the fuck? And so the first thing about crazy bitch or crazy bastard syndrome uh, is once they tantrum, they go on fucking rage fits. That's the very first thing. Um, and when I say tantrum, I do mean tantrum, like a fucking 3-year old. This just fucking batshit insane person I was involved with had the ugliest cries ever. I think I probably mentioned that on this channel before, but she would, why? Like the ugliest cries I've ever seen. Like, and it's just so manufactured and just so dramatic and it's just like so serious. Um, like a just like a fucking 3-year old, but like if the 3-year old was like on, you know, a drug or something. I don't know. Like it's really manufactured. They'll stretch and contort their face, and they'll fucking shriek and cry like it's insane. Um, Another thing, sometimes they'll yell, uh, not just at you, obviously. I mean, they'll yell at you, they'll scream at you, but they'll also like yell to strangers and like try to get strangers support or try to get strangers otherwise involved. Like one time this bitch, one time, like one of the worst things she ever said to me, there's a lot, but one of the worst things she ever said to me was like, um, if you think I'm something to the effect of, if you think I'm so abusive, I should throw you to one of the street whores for a night. You'll be begging for me back once those bitches are through with you. That was literally something this person said to me. Like, that was actually something that a fucking woman said to me. Can you even fathom that? That's fucking insane. Um, so sorry, I'm kind of out of frame here. It's kind of irritating me. Anyways, so That's where I was going. And then another time we were driving. I've probably mentioned all this before, but another time we were driving, and she begins to roll the window down to attempt to get who she deemed to be a street whore's attention to, like, I don't know, take me home for the night or some shit. Like, it was disturbing. Um, so yeah, CBS, they will tantrum, like shrieking uncontrollably. They'll yell, trying to involve strangers. But the other thing that I've noticed is they'll once they come up with like a line that they think is really great and like really catchy, uh, an insult that's just categorically untrue in so many ways. They'll just keep on fucking saying it over and over and over again. And this can be untrue, um, and the most often the way that it's untrue is that it's merely a projection, excuse me, about themselves onto you. So um, this my roommate's crazy bitch was like, "You are just," I won't say his real name, but "you are just Jimmy Kardashian. You're just so dramatic, and I'm not the first one to come up with that nickname. You're just Jimmy Kardashian." She kept saying it over and over and over again. Uh, and then they'll appeal in that same sentence I just said, I'm not the first one to come up with that. So that's the thing. Other thing they'll do is they'll appeal to, like, they'll try to get your friends involved, your family involved, uh, or they'll say things like, "Yeah, your mother was right about you." I've heard that, the other night in my roommate's conversation, and I've heard that from my crazy bitches before. Yeah, your mother was right about you, or what would your mother think? Things to that effect. Your family was right to abandon you. You're fucking crazy, or just horribly abusive things to say. Um, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, and so once they come up with a line I think is really great, they'll just keep on fucking repeating it. Um, and most often these lines are mere projections of themselves onto you. Um, and that's like one of the most just enraging things, because they'll just be like, "You're just so dramatic, just drama, drama." Like one time I was talking on the phone, "You're just drama, 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 drama." And then that's the other thing about CBS is they'll talk over you, and they don't let you get a word in edgewise. Um, and then they wonder why you're not saying anything, or they'll just keep talking over you, and eventually you just fucking scream at them because, god damn it, like, you need to fucking be heard. And then they'll go, "Why are you screaming? I can't believe you talk to me like this." Like, there's no winning. There's no winning. There's no winning. So don't try. Like, I implore you, I beg of you so much, do not keep trying. They'll appeal to your emotions. They'll, pretend, "Oh, now they're finally ready to talk." No, they're not ready to talk. They're never ready to talk because they're fucking incapable, because they are batshit crazy. So don't fucking do it, or you'll end up in debt like me, and resort to, in addition to busting ass 70 hours a week, be more frequent on YouTube and begging for money. So don't do that, please. And a completely unrelated note, there's a couple of links, which I would really appreciate if you could, throw a buck or two my way. Like, truly, like, from the bottom of my heart, I do mean that. It would really motivate my ass to do this shit more and make better videos. But at any rate, I think that was all I wanted to talk about in this video. Yeah, crazy bitch syndrome. Don't, don't. Just don't, man. Because the bitches and the bastards, they be crazy. So just don't do it. And they all fucking sound alike. Because they're all alike. They're just soulless. So just don't. Save yourself, please. uh, and it turns you into a nasty person. It turns you into someone who's yelling all the time and someone who's angry and anxious all the time. And it's just not worth it. And if you're really unfortunate, you'll end up like me and not be able to take a fucking day off, or anything like that, or start looking into fucking polyphasic sleep so you can have enough time to do things you want to do because you work too much, so you don't have any of that time. Of course, I'm definitely not the worst out there. There's people who are, got sperm jacked or what have you, or sucked into child custody payments, which is probably something that might end up happening to me in, a matter of months. I'll probably find that out. And I don't know what I'll do at that point. But anyways, yeah, just don't do it. They sound alike. Once you've heard one, you've heard them all, and just don't. You can't save the fucking crazy people. They'll come to that point eventually if they're capable of it. And if they're not, then they're not. And that's not your fucking problem. And I know that people come to that point eventually because I used to be a crazy motherfucker. I mean, I still am, but I used to be a very angry person. And then I eventually realized, oh, hey, everyone fucking left me. And then I eventually realized, oh, hey, that was my fucking fault. Maybe I should not do that anymore. So, yeah. But don't try to be a hero. Don't fucking sacrifice yourself, and because they won't fucking get it ever, 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 ever. Oh yeah, the probably the most important thing about crazy bitch or bastard syndrome is they will be violent, and they'll like never apologize for it. They'll never give you the groveling apology that deserves, and yet they'll demand groveling apologies for words that you have said, and you'll apologize, give groveling apologies, but that will never be enough. But they can just frisbee you one measly apology for being physically violent towards you, and that just has to be okay with you. And otherwise, you're harping on the past. So for the fuck of fuck, don't do it. It's crazy bitch syndrome. It's crazy bastard syndrome. Just stay the fuck away. Leave that for someone else, please. All right. Until next time, that is all. Be good and be good to yourself and be smart, please.